generated during the financial 2024-2025. In this book, there is a study which we have undertaken. I think it is Annex 9. The RLF frequency database for 21 short tandem repeats in the Ugandan population. This is a study which we, of course, this is also forms part of our database development. We carry out this study across the Ugandan population from east, west, south, central, and we have generated the genetic profiles of our population and to see what we can in future use. Presently, we are using databases which have been generated by other people. So, I think specifically to speak to the query from the honorable member, we have indeed taken a step to generate our in-house databases, and not only the DNA database, as the head of criminalistic and laboratory services has said, we have the ballistics database, we have got toxicology for poisons database, we have got the pesticide residue database, we have got the
Madam Chair.
So these ones are helping us to solve the crimes which are committed in the various crime scenes.
Madam Chair.
Yes,
but my view is that we want to concur, but I think this committee should come out, as a colleague has asked, talk to the powers that are with to ensure that these bills actually track.
No,
because I think the regulator here now is government, and the others are doing things illegally, whatever. So let's agree that we stop that issue now, and we only have the timeline.
Very true, Honorable. But Honorable colleagues, I request you to pick interest. There is a report that was produced by this same Directorate on microbiome monitoring report on assessment of microbiological safety of groundnuts sold in major markets of Kampala.
No.
Pick interest as leaders.
But, Madam Chair,
it's
maybe
not,
I take you back to...
Honorable Chair, Annex 9 has got different reports, which we have different reports. I think Honorable from Mubende, they indicated the levels of aflatoxins in the GNATs, in the cereals. So this report speaks to that effect. Also, I was speaking about the report on pesticide residues on fruits and vegetables, specifically tomatoes. It is also attached.
But why did you only do on pesticide residues and selected fruits? Why Northern Uganda alone?
Honorable Chair, we have done the studies not only in Northern Uganda, we have done in the Eastern Uganda, we have gone in Central and also South.
So,
those reports.
Chief, do you see the relevance of your department now? You know, it's no longer Directorate; it's a department. You know, some of these reports are good to us as leaders. We inform our people on some of these things. So, how I wish you can see how best you can popularize the work that you do. It says it goes National Media Center. Let's proceed. We take note, but as we've concluded, your work is really relevant. Make sure the people know. When these reports are out, let MPs be given reports in their pigeonholes so that they can inform. You know, these are representatives of the people. You come with out with reports, heavily spent some huge sums of money. You keep quiet with the reports.
Madam Chair, in his opening remarks, indicated to us that he doesn't advertise his services.
No, he has those that are classified, but there are those that are for the people. Because this report classified, sir?
And the second,
no,
it's not.
Chief, Parliament is almost winding up, and you better track the bill. Short of that, it will collapse with. Unless someone move a motion to save it. If it's not saved, when they...
Which committee is this? Health?
Defense.
Defense, eh? Who is on the Committee of Defense here?
But the motion has to come from executive to save the work. Short of that, you go back to square one.
Honorable Chair and honorable members, this bill came to Parliament. Parliament involved the stakeholders. They submitted their feedback about the bill, and I think the bill is from the Committee of Parliament.
That's why they are telling you fast track your bill, otherwise your energy will be wasted.
We are going to do that, Honorable Chair.
Please. Honorable colleagues, 3.42, insufficient workplaces and storage in the DNS division. The auditor notes that, that is 3.42, page 26. Inefficient, number one is inefficient workflow process. The auditor observed that the laboratory lacked sufficient functions designated for reporting and other tasks relative to the number of staff. Consequently, analysts resorted to using technical benches and analytical stations as improvised office spaces, further impacting workflow efficiency and overall laboratory organization. The one staff per station workflow restricts concurrent analysis and slows down case processing, hindering timely completion of forensic examination. Sir, respond to the query of sufficient workflow.
Chair, I would request the head of DMA to come in.
I don't think that is for him. This is a matter which is administrative in nature, because they are asking about the existence of workspace, which I don't think, if I got it right, yes. They are asking about.
So are you doubting?
If you need a technical officer to perform, you provide them with the tools. If he needs space, give him the space. If he needs equipment, provide the equipment. So who is responsible? The accounting officer or the head of the institution?
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Cyrus. I was requesting that the head of Kudumaris and Laboratory Services Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Through my accounting officer, I want to state that the problem of space in the government laboratory has been a long-standing issue, and with the growing set of activities and that we do as a lab, it has been a long-standing issue. But we are only believing that this issue will be fully resolved with the completion of the DNA database which we are putting up, and in the designs we provided fully enough storage spaces and working spaces in this building. That's what I can say on this, sir.
Honorable Sound.
But you see, Madam Chair, when you read the observation of the General here, you just feel that even, I don't know how they use these things in court, because they are fully contaminated. They are saying that the rooms are smelling the odor there. It is here. Furthermore, upon entry, a strong unpleasant odor was detected in the exhibit storage room, suggesting inadequate ventilation and poor environmental controls. So the whole thing, I am looking at the judges who are handling matters of such exhibits from your department, how they are generating their judgment with such materials which have been contaminated.
And Chief, as you take note of what is bringing out, the auditor put it clear that the use of analytical benches as office and reporting stations exposes sensitive work areas to non-technical activity, increasing contamination risk.
And Madam Chair, you see, Mr. Accounting Officer, as I conclude, with all the poor conditions you have, something must be done administratively with the limit of what you have within the meager resources. You know, don't you think UPE children get aggregate fund 5, 6, 8, 10? There are many first grades under the poor working conditions, because the teachers there and the teachers, under trees, they are getting grades. But here, the report here shows that even for you, you are only thinking about the new structure. You are not mindful of the exhibits given to you, storage and management. Something must be taking place. There is poor supervision at work and management, and that comes directly before you and the one in charge of, why is it human resource? The one in charge of all the staff. So kindly take key attention. This is not pleasant. So what causes the smell?
Honorable Chair, I want to categorically state that there is no scenarios of where our exhibits can be contaminated. You are aware that one is that our lab is under international accreditation, and one of the aspects is which is looked at as key is the workspace, the cleanliness. However small it would be, how you maintain that. Now, the kind of exhibits we receive range from stomach content, range from blood, range from stool, range from all those, and body organs, and there is no way, even in our code room where we keep this, when you open like this, definitely you will get that smell. You will, even when you are working.
A moment, let him conclude. Give him time to explain.
Chair, why I'm saying this, and allow me, I want the accounting officer to appreciate that we are here because of the country called Uganda. And we are not here to give a defensive cover-up. We are using users to maybe to help alleviate a situation which is out of hand. And this observation to be written here by international, you are calling international? Auditor General is helping us and helping you and helping us to put whoever is responsible to improve on that situation. But now to give a defense, you are now saying maybe the auditor's smell was not genuine.
No.
Madam Chair, right at
Madam
last,
Chair.
Just 1 minute.
Honorable colleagues, a moment, honorable colleagues.
Madam Chair.
Honorable Song, a moment, as you switch off the microphone. You know, we disorganize ourselves. When you switch on the microphone, she switches a zone, we confuse. You know, let's be orderly.
My chair.
Yeah. Yes,
Chair.
Honorable Song, let's flow.
See, Mr. Accounting Officer, you know I don't know your names. I came in late. And you here, inadequate storage space exposes exhibit to contamination, damage, or mix-ups, undermining the integrity of forensic results and diminishing their evidence value in a court, and further compromising the reliability and integrity of forensic. And this document was tabled by you. What was stated by it by you? You had the room for your management response. You could have explained that, but however, I disagree with this by the auditors. So for us, when we read what they say, we take it. Your explanation here is good, but the threat and the observation, because auditors, the Office of the General uses only those people working with them. They get external experts in this particular field to come and give support to the auditors. And what they observe is what they state. Contamination. The word contamination. I don't know your local language. Even where I'm sitting
What
here.
does it mean in your language?
Eh?
You tell us in your language. What is
Auntie, I don't know the transcribe my words. In Rwanda, Swahili, what? But I think let us agree, for the sake of solving this challenge, that the issues that are raised by auditors are good for your next step as you transit to your new structure when it is completed. But don't say there is no contamination.
Information, Honorable Sewong.
Yes, Honorable Samba, as Honorable Grania comes in.
Thank you. I wanted to inform Honorable Sewong that actually the information provided in this management response probably is better than what you're giving.
Because when you say, you people don't worry, we deal with these things. Even when we move to the new building, it will smell the same way, because these are the things we deal with. And for us, the auditors told us this affects the results. And the results that you're going to give, that's what the auditor has given. So I think we better stick to how you responded here. Otherwise, when you're telling us that, hey, members, when you go to kitchen, the kitchen smells food. So you will always find such a smell, as if the auditor, once the auditor tells you that this is not correct, it means that where you're going, you must correct it, so that our analytical laboratory is not found smelly, is not found contaminated. That's what we want to hear. And that's how you can even ask for more money. But when you come with that language.
Yes, Honorable Grania. Colleagues, we still have a lot.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. We should also appreciate them
For
that
improvising.
the environment in which they work, actually, when he explained the kind of samples they receive for analysis, you can really see that the smell is expected, but it should be limited also. And also, Madam Chair, when you look at some of the findings or observations by the auditors, they were a little elaborate. But when you see the management response, it was general. So, Mr. Accounting Officer, we would request you to give explanations that pick out the critical issues that were observed by the auditors. For example, when they indicate a fear of contamination, allay the fears of contamination. Tell them that it will not be contaminated because of ABCD. Because somehow in your explanation you indicated that most of these samples that are seen piling up on the floor and everywhere are those that have been already analyzed. So if you gave such an explanation, someone would easily at least have some trust in the results that will come out of our analytical lab. So we need a detailed explanation or response, Mr. Accounting Officer. But also, as earlier said by Honorable Nsamba and the rest of the honorable members, we intend to help Ugandans to have more trust in this analytical lab. Like if you say, it is accredited by ISO. So we need this accreditation to actually stand. It will not give a very good picture for someone who is watching us from far when we say the lab that you're operating in has no working benches, has no restricted areas for DNA processing. Someone will actually, those who know how sensitive DNA analysis is, will not trust our results anymore. So we better do what we need to do, what we must do to ensure that the quality of results we put out of this are trustworthy.
Honorable Algon.
Thank you.
As we
Madam
summarize,
Chair,
we
I
have
need
a
to
lot on
summarize.
table.
We have a lot of work before us. First of all, I need to appreciate the team before us. You know, on our side, it's easier to bash them. But they go through a lot and they do a lot.
Honorable, you don't bash, eh?
You know, sometimes I have to be also hard sometimes.
Okay, that is.
As a member of parliament, I must defend those who need to be defended also. For me, the main thing is the Auditor General is concerned about the lack of space, adequate space. And one of the issues is that only one analyst is able to do work at a time, instead of having many. And the issue is about the delayed construction or provision of the workspace. And the question that I would love to put across is to find out the cause of the delay. Is it on your side or on whose side? So what was the issue? So I would love that as members of parliament, we be patient with one another. So it would be good for us to know exactly. Is it that the money was not provided? If it was provided, you can tell us what was the delay, the cause.
Honorable colleague, I want to say we extensively covered the issue of money and the issue of the building. We started with that.
Yes, so Madam Chair, I don't see the reason as to why we should even be talking about the issues of contamination. Some of us cannot even conduct a surgery on a frog. We fear.
Honorable colleagues, I hope we've extensively covered the issue of the building. Now that we have seen the challenges of the building extensions, and we seem not to complete the building soon. That's the fact. Now, Chief, I'm observing a challenge. You seem to be very comfortable with the status quo. Do you know why? That is why you can ably say, no contamination. Much as we pile these samples, you know, each on top of the other and on the floor, they will not get contaminated. If you convince, because you cannot convince anybody, the truth of the matter is, because if I could ask for you, would you construct the new building and you still keep these items on the floor? That's why you know that they must be shelved, somehow kept different from each other. But when you look at this photo that was taken by the auditor, I mean, things are being piled. They are telling you they are kept on the floor, on the mat of storage. So let's accept there is a problem. And I'm telling you, people will not trust your results. They will not trust them, because how I wish we had known earlier, we would have had this meeting the other side at office, so that people can really see how this compilation is done. This challenge is not of recent. Even the previous financial, remember, this issue has been, on table. So this is the very reason we should use for finance to release money for having the building completed. So don't act in defense. We know you can improvise and defend your docket. And that is the reason as to why they made your department. If you had stick to your mandate, you wouldn't have been made a department. Because this is a very big directorate. How can it be put by a department under the Ministry of Internal Affairs? But that is not for now. But just take note. Don't defend too much. There is a problem. That is the fact.
Yeah. Honorable Chair, I take guidance, but I would really put forward that fears of contamination of the exhibits and the samples is not there, because even the storage right now, even if you leave this room and we go to the site, we have already improvised. There are shelves where we keep those samples. The samples which, even when we have finished them, which it has been noted here on page 27, these are samples which exhibits we have already finished analyzing, and they are waiting for police to pick the forensic report such that they can go to court. Because what I want to be on record, Honorable Chair, I don't want a scenario where there is an insinuation that the contamination of results may lead to that exhibits are contaminated and lead to false results. That one, I am putting it forward, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, it is not the scenario.
Now,
we have put the shelves, even when you send somebody right now and he goes and looks at the shelves which you have put, where these exhibits we put. Exactly.
We shall visit the
exactly.
site, but
you come
when,
and see,
when did
because
you put the
we
shelves?
have got these shelves, we have got these cold rooms where we have put shelves, we have got the dry storage facility, which was newly constructed, where we have put all the shelves. You come and see
and
what we have got.
And the
Such
auditor
that
could not see that.
I don't want us to have a scenario where that there is doubt and the courts of law say that these results are not reliable.
Chief,
that's where I am coming from.
Chief, you want to mean that the auditor could not see that?
No, he commented about it. He commented about it. Even in look at page 27. In terms of storage, the designated DNA exhibit room is overcrowded. Partly due to the delays by police in correcting the completed cases and an increased influx of the new cases. However, these issues have not compromised the efficiency of the laboratory operations. He noted.
We shall visit. Let's
Yes,
proceed.
Madam Chair.
Let's proceed. We shall visit there. Because we have that building.
We shall visit.
Yes.
We are taking you by your word that for these completed samples, for them they can be anywhere. And by standard, you can keep them on the floor, on top of each other, no problem, because it's done.
Madam Chair.
Is that how we should operate by standard?
No, it's not by standard, but these are compartmentalized, put stored away, even if they are crowded in the room, but they are already. Even if you go now, even if you send somebody, he will go and see that these ones have been packaged and there is a label constituting of what is there and from which district or from which police station. Right now, if you send somebody right now,
we are going to go. You are going to go with somebody
because there is an insinuation where there.
But let us proceed. The committee will visit, but you must be aware that the photos are here.
Yes.
So what you are talking about is already here. You know, because somebody might assume that the packaging is so, you know, it's so good, but it is seen here. Let us proceed.
Madam Chair, maybe to support him. These samples we are seeing here are samples as they are brought from wherever. For them, the samples they work on, he has explained to us that they pick a sample out of this big material that they have brought, or the exhibit. They pick a sample and store it appropriately. Maybe what we have not seen is where they store those samples that they have picked from the so much exhibit.
We are going to
so
visit the Honorable.
we shall see that maybe when we go there as committee.
Please.
But we are glad that he has assured us that the results we get from them are reliable.
As a patriotic Ugandan, that was the right answer. Patriotism pushes you to that, but we shall get there. 3.43, ineffective management of case backlogs in the DNA division. It is very consequential. So look at the number of cases. For example, in the financial year 2020-21, you had stock of 569, a new stock of 715, total number of cases 1,284. You only worked on 498 cases. So we observe there is a lot of backlog, sir. Representing a 17% growth in unresolved cases. What is the implication of this backlog to whoever brought these samples?
Chair, when you look at where we began from, before we developed the case backlog reduction strategy, we started from 5,000. If you look at our where we began from, now through years we have been working on it, following our case backlog reduction strategy, where we reduce what is there as the case backlog, we work on the new cases as they come in. But the influx of the cases, as I told you in my opening remarks, that every week we receive over 400 to 500 cases. Every week. And that a case, minimum, the number of exhibits it has is about 5.
But you only said that those cases are only for when children are going back to school.
No. Honorable Chair, the other one was on the issues of people coming in as individual seeking paternity tests. But now these are cases which have been submitted by police from the scenes of crime and across the country. And I also put to you that during this recently concluded exercise, the cases also, of course, there is during and post elections, where cases have also been increasing and which are submitted at our facility. Now, we work. If you look at what we do, the sources you give us, we work. But the influx of these cases, if you get 400 cases per week, and each case has got a minimum of 5 exhibits, which you must profile, because you don't know what will give you a positive, what will give you still a negative.
So how do you want to be helped?
Right now, I said, but because this is not a financial year in discussion, this current financial year, they did not give us worth 1.5 billion 1.9 billions. Yes, 1.9 billions on for us to be able to purchase the reagents and consumables. And that is a big cut. And of course now the cases are coming in. So we have a dedicated team, small as it is. We have got a strategy where we do the case backlog and where we resolve the new cases as they come in. But of course, the challenge is the resources. The resources are not enough. And of course, we have got a problem.
Then
Yes, Honorable Sir. Be on record.
What about the issue of staffing levels? Because you will get the reagents, but you don't have staff. Others are retiring. How far have you moved with that? Because an observation by the auditors.
Yes. Honorable Chair, Honorable Sewungu has noted. Yes, it is also a challenge. It is one of
supplement is highly centralized. It is not regionalized. It is centralized. Not so. Oh, thank you.
Now yes, we have one. That's one of the challenges, because the recruitment is very key, Honorable Chair. I rightly put it to this committee in my opening remarks that we've got the regional labs which are not fully occupied. We need to recruit scientists to be deployed to the regional labs. We have got one in Mbarara, one in Imbale, one in Gulu, and one in Moroto. So we need people to man this. And incidentally, you can't now get a university student at the entry level to come and go and man. We need to train them. And training of a forensic scientist is not very cheap. It's a lot of money. We have got the cases of where we have now sent our colleagues to do master's level in the National Forensic Science University. It's a lot of money. There are many other colleagues who wish to take to and acquire more skills, more competences in the different areas, because crime is changing dimensions. We need to update ourselves with the new techniques. But of course, this is very expensive.
You see, I was asking you on staffing levels, see the steps you have taken with the public service.
How many staff do you have?
I read a report, Honorable Chair, that currently we have 86. The approved structure for the GAL is 125. So we have got some vacant positions, which the Commission is trying to fill.
So you are addressing the matter?
Yes, we
because
are.
Even if you get the 1.9 billion agents without staff,
yeah. Yes, we are trying to address the matter.
You have to be very careful, Madam Chair. Majority of those people you take for those higher courses, of course you need them. Majority don't want to come back if you are paying them poorly.
Madam Chair, through you, Honorable Sewungu, government has tried relatively to enhance the scientists, because previously I lost about 11 people to other agencies and outside the country, but now I think it is now stable. We don't have any influx other than retirement.
Okay, now much as you've said you have a backlog management strategy, take note that every year backlogs increase.
Madam
There
Chair.
is an increment. You look at the table that was given by the auditors, so it's not reducing as you had alleged.
We try to work on the new cases as they come in and also reduce the case backlog. But the influx, Honorable Chair.
So, honorable colleagues, allow us to, let's go to another
Madam
point.
Chair, this is very
Madam
important.
Chair,
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, you are right. But the issue is, one time the president was heard making a comment that we had only one person who knew how to do this in this office, and you allowed him to retire. Why? Who allowed him to go home? So is it in order really that we allow people, scientists who are very, very important, to retire in these very specialized agents? So I think we might have to review that.
Madam Chair, Madam Chair, I beg that you give me a minute to bring this out. The accounting officer mentioned that they work on the new cases as they come and work on a few cases in backlog. I would think it is very paramount that you first of all focus on the backlog before you work on the new cases. But also, maybe that can be sorted by knowing why the backlog has come up to that extent. Because you might leave some cases in the backlog, yet they are very important in making decisions in as far as resolving crime and other issues are concerned.
Honorable colleagues, I request that we leave that as that, because being technical officers, they will take, Honorable Granier, you cannot solve that as of now. So determine what to handle depending on agency, all that. Otherwise, you cannot have. You see, so let's have that sense of crime scene response vans to support forensic operation. Accounting officer, the auditor noted that that DIGAL had not prioritized the budgeting and acquisition of vans. By the end of the time of audit in September 2025, the planned crime scene response vans had not been acquired. A discussion with the DIGAL and top management revealed that the absence of dedicated response vans, ordinary pickup vehicles are being used to transport exhibits from scenes to crime and regional laboratories to the central laboratory. So you use pickups, wheelbarrows, whichever is available. You can use, whoever offers a van, you just use to carry these,
Honorable Chair, yes, it.
Okay, please.
We know that it's not easy to get money to acquire all this maybe at a go, but you'd also tell us, when you use these ordinary vans, what do you improvise to make sure that you take care of the defense of these samples to maintain the integrity when you are collecting them using the ordinary vans? Is there any wisdom that you apply now that we are not using the customized vehicles for the purpose?
Yes, I can also.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable Cyrus. Yes, it is very, very, very important to note that we had budgeted for the mobile forensic vans to help us to respond to the scenes of crime and pick exhibits. Also, we had also put forward a proposition to acquire, I think, this current financial year, but we have not had budget for that. It has remained unfunded. Now, even this next financial year, we have already also put it there. But we need to have this. How do we carry the exhibits right now? Yes, we use the ordinary vehicles, but of course, dedicated vehicles from our facility and appropriately carried. If it is a firearm, of course, you know how to carry it, and there is security. If it is a sample which needs a cold storage, we have got the cold boxes with ice packs, which we use for carrying. If it is, of course, samples for maybe marijuana or whatever, of course, you bring them as they are at room temperature, because it doesn't do anything wrong with that. So we do that, but you must note that most of these samples are submitted to us by police. And it is from that time when they are submitted to us by police that we can now start analyzing. It is only when we go to the scenes of crime. For instance, we have been invited to the fire scenes, where there is a fire scene. And it is where now we go with our facility, the kits, to help us in and picking the key evidence from the scene of crime. Because we need to know whether there was an hydrocarbon used to accelerate the fire, what could have been the cause of the fire, and our team of experts can now pick this using some of the equipment which are. So we needed to have these mobile forensic labs with analytical equipment which can now profile at source, and we can now get the preliminary results at source before they can now bring them to our facility for confirmation. So that's why we need this. It is to improve our response time. It is to improve that we can now reduce the delays in processing some of these exhibits. We can do the preliminaries from there and then. Because if it is an hydrocarbon used in a fire crime, a fire scene, definitely you need to have the filters.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. Honorable.
I'm just, at the way we are proceeding, in my opinion, the accounting officer is being so honest, is bringing out the actual requirements. And I was sharing with my colleague here, this is a very strategic and very effective, rather required institution. I think what it's all about is we design even our budgets and even prioritize them, the areas that is required. What is literally saying, and which is affecting all this, and this we can be questioned, are the issues of funding. So I'm not answering. In fact, I'm finding it difficult even to what to ask. I don't know. My colleague in the neighborhood here is maybe saying to it, what he's saying are actuals which are not happening and therefore impeding on his work. And I don't know how now we are going to, I don't know how, my question would be, how should we proceed? Because he's not saying exactly what's required. I need these tools to do my work, but I'm not getting the tools, and I'm not getting the funding.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Song.
Mr. Accounting Officer, just one line I'm going to read for you from the author's observation. He says, however, I noted that DGL has not prioritized the budgeting and acquisition of the vans. You see, you are the first entity I'm seeing which is not very interested in buying vehicles. Majority entities in Uganda, the first thing they give attention is buying vehicles because it is an easy mission to do whatever you want. Why don't you give this priority? In your response, I see you are trying to explain, but it is very, this is the first time I'm seeing it. In all procurements, vehicles take the first one, attention, precedence, but in yours, it is not there. Yet, the necessity for carrying out your work.
Though he said that this item has always remained unfunded. That's the answer he gave us, that he has always submitted, but it remains unfunded, an unfunded priority. But there is something we need to look at. He has told us most of the times it's police that takes the exhibits. It's only on a few occasions where the girl goes to the crime scene. Now, as we do buy these, we look forward to buying these vehicles. Don't you think something needs to be done with police in regard to, because we look at the girl, yes, but you say majority of the work is done by police. That means police, if we are to be efficient, police also needs to stop this kind of, you see, the way they pick exhibits. Pick them, throw them down in the kabangali, the van, the police van, and move away. So the technical chief, you need to advise police on how to transport exhibits, because for them, majorly they concentrate on buying these the police vans. So does police have the exhibit, the vans that carry exhibits?
Honorable Chair, we have published this book.
What is it? Speak to it.
It is guidelines for handling and submission of forensic exhibits. And we have undertaken trainings of the scene of crime officers from the various regions. So we feel, yes, as the right report, that the police should also be capacitated in order to strengthen the scene of crime scene retrieval of the exhibits and the fast tracking their submission of that. We have highlighted in this booklet. I can lay this to the table. And Honorable Chair, we also have the evidence that we wrote to finance, misallocation of funds. I have
actually, before you submit those letters were part of the big book. When you look through, though the annexes were not indicated, but as ours, from Annex 2, as you proceed, but you can officially bring
Yes.
in those, but they were
Yes,
part of
we
this
can-
annex.